The World Cup has the uncanny ability to turn good friends into bitter enemies. Players spend all year training, traveling and playing alongside teammates, but if they're wearing the shirt of an opposing country at the World Cup, well, they're in the way now. All niceties go out the window and kinship be damned. This summer's edition of the quadrennial tournament will be no different, as the matchups among the 32 clubs vying for the World Cup trophy will be filled with club brethren versus club brethren, all looking to capture world football's greatest prize. Let's take a look at some of the more high-profile teammate versus teammate contests. June 15th, Group B, Portugal vs. Spain, Cristiano Ronaldo vs. Sergio Ramos, Real Madrid. It's the battle of the Iberian Peninsula as current Euro holders, Portugal, take to the pitch against the 2010 World Cup champions, Spain, in their first match of the tournament. Central to that game will be the tussle between two of the sport's most equally beloved and reviled figures in Portugal: forward Cristiano Ronaldo and defender Sergio Ramos of Spain. While two of La Liga's most skilled players, the real duo's predilection for theatrics has won them as many detractors as they have admirers. "Nothing has ever happened between Ronaldo and me," Ramos told Spanish TV network TVE last summer. "There has always been a great friendship between us. We have a lot of personality and have some different opinions, but we are pulling in the same direction." This will be Ronaldo's fourth World Cup and, at 33, it could very well be his last chance to capture the one great prize that has eluded him in a career that has seen the iconic Portuguese talisman win 24 trophies. Another title could be on the way when Real plays Liverpool in this season's Champions League final later this month. Ramos, 32, also has an impressive trophy haul and was a member of the Spain squad that defeated the Netherlands to win the 2010 World Cup. A second World Cup trophy could cement Ramos's legacy as one of the finest defenders of his generation. Ronaldo has played against Spain on 4 occasions, with Ramos a participant in the latter 3. He is 2-2 against Spain, 1-2 against Ramos. The most recent meeting occurred in the semi-finals of Euro 2012. The two teams played to a 0-0 draw and extra time solved nothing. Infamously, Portugal manager Paulo Bento chose against using Ronaldo as a penalty taker, and the Portuguese fell 4-2 on penalties to Spain, with Ramos scoring his spot kick. Ronaldo has a long memory and, needless to say, revenge will be on his mind. June 21st, Group B, Argentina vs. Croatia, Lionel Messi vs. Ivan Rakitic, Barcelona. That mouth-watering matchup between the two great arch-rivals. We've been dreaming about Argentina vs. Croatia. Okay, so this isn't exactly the sexiest game of the tournament, but there's going to be enough skill on display between the two clubs to make this one worth watching, and the clash between the two Barca compatriots provides an interesting subtext. We don't really need to get into Lionel Messi's exploits. Everybody knows what he's capable of as arguably the finest player to ever lace up boots, but we'll let Ivan Rakitic explain to you what he's about. Messi is the best in history, capable of turning the game around in a second, Rakitic said to Spanish TV network Antena 3 in February. He is shy because he knows that everyone is watching him. He's the reference. Our game depends a lot on him. He doesn't need to talk to understand, a gesture is enough. Rakitic will be on the other side of the ball from Messi this time around and will look to replicate his impressive club form for Croatia. The 30-year-old Rakitic has been a revelation this season as the Blaugrana marauded to another La Liga title, emerging as a complement to Sergio Busquets in the midfield or his replacement in games where the Spanish international was hurt or rested. Rakitic was a linchpin at the center of the Barca midfield, equally capable of disrupting an opponent's attack or springing Barca on the counter. While Rakitic won't have the caliber of a Messi or Luis Suarez to work with in Russia, the likes of Mario Mandzukic and Ivan Perisic are nothing to sneeze at, and coach Zlatko Dalic will hope that Rakitic can carry his scintillating form over to the national team. June 23, Group F, Germany vs. Sweden, Timo Werner vs. Emil Forsberg, RB Leipzig. If you're a supporter of a Bundesliga side that isn't RB Leipzig, chances are you have no love for the club, promoted in 2016 after only being founded in 2009 from the ashes of 5th division side SSV Markranstadt. Why are they so universally disliked? Well, the RB in the club's name stands for Rasenballsport, in English, lawn ball sport, but if we are being honest, it's for Red Bull. The German FA does not allow for a corporate sponsor in a club name. The energy drink giant added the German club to its portfolio of world teams that includes New York Red Bulls and Red Bull Salzburg, much to the chagrin of German fans who found the injection of cash and the club's rise up the ranks as garish and an affront to what German football is supposed to embody. Despite all of this, the young talent that the club has accrued over its recent history is hard to deny. Midfielder Naby Keita is headed to Liverpool for next season, while Ademola Lookman, on loan from Everton, has starred during his spell in Germany. Players who will likely remain on the club next season as they return to European football with a Europa League spot after a 6th-place finish this season are forward Timo Werner of Germany and Sweden winger Emil Forsberg, who will play on opposing sides in Russia. At 22, Werner will be among the youngest players heading to the World Cup on Joachim Löw's side. In the recent past, the Die Mannschaft attack has relied on pace and fluidity through the midfield and a traditional center-forward poacher up front in the likes of Miroslav Klose or Mario Gomez, who is also on the squad. Werner presents a different look with his speed and a feel for the game that belies his young age. Though Leipzig generally plays a 4-4-2 and Löw prefers a Christmas tree, Werner's spatial awareness and intelligence mean that he should be eminently capable of adapting. As key to the Leipzig attack as Werner is Forsberg, who led the Bundesliga in assists in 2016-17. While normally employed on the left, Forsberg, 26, possesses a vital versatility that allows him to operate as a no. 8 or even a no. 10 with a deft touch. Forsberg's creativity is likely his greatest asset, but his quickness will also turn heads. The chance to link up with a player of Forsberg's caliber might have been enticing enough for the legendary Zlatan Ibrahimovic to end his international retirement and suit up for one more World Cup, but the Galaxy man will be staying in Los Angeles. While Werner and Forsberg have never played against each other internationally, Sweden and Germany have a lengthy history and a rather even one. In 36 matches, Germany has won 15, Sweden has claimed 13, and the two nations have drawn 8 times. June 24, Group H, Poland vs. Colombia, Robert Lewandowski vs. James Rodriguez, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich just claimed an unprecedented 6th Bundesliga crown and 28th overall. Central to their title defense this season was a duo who will meet up against one another in their second match day of the World Cup in Kazan when Poland takes on Colombia. You can make a very strong argument that Robert Lewandowski is the best striker on the planet right now. His 29 goals led the Bundesliga this season, marking the 3rd time in 5 years that the 29-year-old Warsaw native has claimed the German Golden Boot, joining the legendary Gerd Müller and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge as the only players to win 3 or more. Since joining Bayern in 2014, Lewandowski has notched an absurd 150 goals in 194 appearances. Most striking, pardon the pun, about his performance this season was that Lewandowski scored in under every fourth shot on goal. Though Poland is far from a one-man team like, say, Egypt is poised to be, Lukas Fabianski is a capable keeper, Kamil Glik and Łukasz Piszczek are fine defenders, and a healthy Arkadiusz Milik could make a solid complement for Lewandowski. They will need Lewandowski to show the form he did in qualifying as UEFA's top goal scorer. While this season was more of the same for Lewandowski, for James, it was a resurgence. After having lost his place under Zinedine Zidane at Real Madrid, Rodriguez went on a 2-year loan to Bayern, and things started off poorly with another injury, but the dismissal of Carlo Ancelotti and the appointment of Jupp Heynckes completely revitalized Rodriguez. Dropping the 26-year-old James deeper than he normally operates, Heynckes allowed him to become an elite provider with a 90% completion rate on his passes and 11 assists, as well as 7 goals, in 23 league appearances. 8 different players scored goals as the recipient of a James assist. What's interesting about this matchup of club teammates is that both men appear at a crossroads. With James re-establishing himself as the dynamic talent that Real bought from Monaco after the World Cup in 2014, there is a chance that Rodriguez could be recalled from his loan early, especially if Real decides to move on from Zidane, still a possibility even with a Champions League win. And Lewandowski could be joining him. Attached to transfer rumors seemingly every off-season of the past several, the Pole has done everything he could possibly do in the Bundesliga and won everything he could possibly win. With his 30th birthday approaching in August, it could be finally time to seek out a new challenge, and Real would be at the top of the list of potential suitors as they look to re-establish themselves as the dominant force in La Liga, having won only a single title in the past 6 seasons. As for their two nations, the footballing history between Poland and Colombia isn't exactly a lengthy one. The two countries have met 7 times, with Colombia winning 4 times, Poland twice and 1 draw. They last met in a 2006 friendly when Colombia prevailed, 2-1. June 28, Group G, England vs. Belgium, Raheem Sterling vs. Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City, a duo that helped shred defenses en route to a record-setting season that saw Manchester City win the Premier League title with an astonishing 100 points, will be on different sides of the pitch in Kaliningrad as Raheem Sterling's Three Lions do battle with Kevin De Bruyne and Belgium. The 23-year-old Sterling might have been the best English player in the league this season, with respect to Harry Kane, and is finally showing the kind of form that City paid nearly £50 million to Liverpool for in 2015. That is not to say that Sterling doesn't have room for improvement or isn't still a work in progress, but his industry and effort grew in leaps and bounds this season that saw him score a career-best 23 goals in all competitions this season, including 18 in the league. So impressive was his performance this season that his goal turnout matched his career totals over 4 seasons at Anfield. Expect him to be central to Gareth Southgate's attacking plans in Russia. If it weren't for Mo Salah's wonder season and his ridiculous goal haul, De Bruyne would undoubtedly have been the PFA Player of the Year. Was the second straight season he was pipped to the award, with Chelsea and France midfielder N'Golo Kante claiming the prize last year. De Bruyne's vision is, at times, otherworldly. The 26-year-old's 16 assists were best in the Prem this season, and his ability to spray passes virtually everywhere on the pitch is unmatched. While his City team was victorious this season, De Bruyne joins a Belgium squad that is equally deep in star power, but consistently unable to put things together on the world stage. Whether De Bruyne is able to develop the same kind of chemistry he has with Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Sergio Aguero and others with the likes of Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard and Dries Mertens remains to be seen and could go a long way to determining how far this golden generation of Belgian football goes. In their history against one another over the years, England has consistently gotten the upper hand on Belgium, sporting a 4 February 15 record over 21 matches. The two teams last met in a 2012 friendly that saw Danny Welbeck score the winner in a 1-0 victory at Wembley.